This is a timeless message. So what that means is that the time when you see this is when you're meant to see it, is when you need it most. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to set the theme for this with the oracle cards first, because I don't know where this reading is going to go. We're going to find out together here. I'm going to just use numerology. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you feel so inclined. If you found yourself here watching this, it means that there is a message for you. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, help me deliver a clear message. Help me to see the cards I need to see. Come through for our highest good. I always get this. I'm a Cancer, so you and your loved ones are safe. Okay, New Moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. For some reason, feel like this has to do with family. Okay, children. It could be a parent watching this, a mom. Cancer represents the mother. It's like the mother of the zodiac. Get one more. A time for healing. Balsamic moon, a time for healing. What I'm noticing with both of these is that you can see it's a balsamic moon and a new moon, so there's not a lot of illumination. It makes sense that you're coming here for answers because there are things in a situation that you're not seeing. There are things that are not being shown to you right now, but you can rest assured knowing that you and your loved ones are safe. Just really quick, I'm feeling pulled to call, I'm feeling called to pull one of these from the Blind Spot Oracle. Okay, these are oracle cards that illuminate what it is in a situation that you're not seeing. Okay, the messages on these are extremely long, like they're very detailed and descriptive. So I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of whatever sigil comes out. This is a deck of sigils. This deck has brought me, myself, a lot of clarity and guidance when I've needed it. So let's see. Spirit. What is this viewer not seeing right now in their current situation? What needs to be illuminated here? This. Number 6. Your trauma. If you've drawn this sigil, you're not seeing how your own trauma is feeding into this situation, is causing recurrence, or is causing you to not see the objective truth of the situation beyond your filters. So we're talking about trauma here. If you have drawn this card, you need to realize 2 things. The first is that the time has come to really face your trauma and create genuine resolve with what is unresolved, because it is acting as a filter through which you cannot see reality, including the situation, clearly. The second is that each moment is a new beginning. The present does not have to be the same as the past. In fact, it often isn't even what we think it is. And no matter what assumption you have made about how the world is, you can always change the way the world is. So this is talking about past trauma. This is talking about how your subconscious trauma is influencing you right now, influencing your ability to see the reality of a situation. I'm thinking of ancestral trauma, generational curses. Like I said, I feel like this has to do with family. This has to do with children. So I feel like what we're going to be, and again, a time for healing. This is clearly a reading about healing generational curses. That's what this is about. That's what this is about here. So I'm going to get into the tarot reading. I'm going to pull some tarot to see what messages we get. Spirit, what does the viewer need to know for their highest good? What does the viewer need to know for their highest good? Wait. You want me to cut the deck? 1, 2, 3. I have 2 coming out here. The Strength card and the Ace of Coins. Another 2. The World card. So we've got a couple of aces here in the reverse. All right. I'm getting a lot of like matriarchal energy. 2 sevens. 7's a really spiritual number for me. Okay, so yeah, all right, this is like a lot right here. Let's see where we go with this. So you're a strong individual. Okay, like I said, I'm getting like this matriarchal energy, like a caretaker energy, but not like a subservient doormat nurturing type of energy. We have this Strength card here. All right, so your energy is coming through as somebody who handles shit, who gets shit done, you know, somebody that everyone can rely on. Okay. What's crossing you though is this Ace of Coins. I'm hearing like beauty and wealth. I'm getting there's striking a balance between, I'm channeling, striking a balance between being nurturing and then being strong, like being sturdy and strong. It's like balancing like yin and yang energy, like balancing the masculine and the feminine. That's what the issue is here. Maybe that's what we're talking about here when it comes to healing this ancestral trauma, like having to do with balancing the masculine and feminine energy. Okay, being strong but being nurturing at the same time. In your recent past, okay, see conflict of some sort. I'm hearing bridging the gap. Healing love relationships. You honestly might have like, you might have put up with something that you know deep down you shouldn't have had to put up with, but you did. Okay, like you put up with something because you felt like it was the right thing to do. You put up with something for the benefit of someone else, maybe your children. Like I'm getting an image of like just somebody staying in a toxic relationship or an abusive relationship or in a relationship that they're just not 100% happy in because they felt like that's the best thing to do for their kid or their kids, for just the good overall of everyone. Um, that could be what this is about. That could be the curse, is being able to find balance in a relationship and not being able to experience that true happiness and love because you stay with someone because they provide for you. You stay with somebody because they provide for you, because that's where the safety is. This is your main priority, right? Safety for you and your loved ones. I feel like you may have had opportunities to start over that you didn't take. You were afraid of taking that leap of faith, or you didn't know how. Just unsurety. I'm hearing unsurety. Your whole life you've been guided and protected. That's the thing here, is that, okay, this is the message I'm getting, is that no matter, sorry I had to pause. I have kids running around myself, so you'll notice sometimes I have to pause and come back. I apologize. The fact that you're here watching this, you're a spiritually inclined person. And you should be. You might have felt like you've been being protected in your life. Like you might have gone through experiences where you're like, you look back and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I made it out of that alive. You might be someone who says that. And it would make sense because you have been guided and you have been protected from your birth. In childhood, you could have been in dangerous situations, or situations where you were a vulnerable child and the people who should have been protecting you and taking care of you weren't. But there were otherworldly forces that were doing that and have been doing that throughout your entire life. There's a resistance in you to start something new. There's a resistance to start something new. Or you could have tried to start something new and it didn't work out, okay? With this Ace of Wands in reverse, it's like a false start or just something not getting off the ground. I feel like in your environment, you're living in an environment where there isn't clear and open communication. Like you feel like you can't communicate openly with someone. You feel like you have to walk on eggshells around somebody because you don't know how they're going to react, is what I'm getting. There's no communication. Like in the environment that you're in, it's like it's hostility. It's cold and it's hostile. Okay, it's like sometimes things are okay, but like if you bring up something that if you bring up something that could turn into an argument, it's going to. Like when there's something that needs to be discussed, like an issue needs to be discussed, it's not a healthy discussion. It turns into an argument. It turns into fighting every time. Okay. And what you're afraid of here, I feel like, is this is your thought process, right? If I walk away, am I going to regret it? If I walk away, is that the right choice? You're afraid of doing something.
You're afraid of taking initiative, or you're afraid of starting something, you're afraid of doing something because you're afraid that you'll regret it. You think that there's like this right or wrong. Okay, you think that there's this right or wrong, and oftentimes there isn't a right or wrong. It's a matter of preference. I'm getting a mother out of this as well. Either a mother or a feminine energy. Somebody who is emotionally manipulative. Somebody, yeah, like somebody who, I'm getting like somebody who can cry on command. Like somebody who uses their emotions to get what they want, or somebody who like you're afraid to upset because of the way that they react. I'm getting that for somebody watching this, this is your mother. I'm getting that strongly. I'm getting that strongly. Or maybe I'm getting also that somebody's mother, you didn't see her, that like you try to be this because she wasn't. Okay? You try to be strength because your mother was this like unsettled, fragile, I'm getting like not in control. The advice here is to not be afraid to take a risk. Okay, so this is, again, when we're talking about, because our oracle card, don't forget, was number 6, and number 6 can be significant to you. It's about not being afraid to take a risk. You have these two aces here, the Ace of Coins and the Ace of Wands are in this reading, okay? So aces are about brand new beginnings, and so is the Fool. The Fool is also about brand new beginnings. So, and when we're talking about breaking these generational curses here, and we have this Queen of Coins in reverse, I'm just getting that this is about not being afraid to take a risk. This is about not being afraid to put it all on the line, okay? And if you do that, it's gonna A, clear confusion, and B, it's gonna heal you. There's healing on the other side of fear, and on the other side of being afraid to take the next step, or the other side of being afraid to start something new, on the other side of being fearful of what if I make the wrong decision, what if I regret this. On the other side of that, there's healing. On the other side of that, there's mental clarity. The King of Coins on the bottom, and the Tower underneath. Wow. Okay. This is the universe telling you that you have everything you need to move forward. The Tower is about something that was not built on stable ground falling apart. It fell apart when the Tower is about something that fell apart because it was not built on stable ground to begin with. But with the King of Coins here, it's telling you that you have the resources you need to fix it, or to make it right, or to make it what you want it to be. Take it how it resonates. A lot of people are going to watch this, so just filter these messages through your own intuition. Filter these messages through your own intuition. Justice. Oh my God, I didn't see that.
The Five of Wands again. From two different decks we have this. Reversed and upright. The Justice card sometimes can have to do with legal issues, honestly. So with this Five of Wands in reverse, we're talking about complications. We're talking about disagreements. We're talking about conflict, right? Getting rid of that. With it in reverse, it's like trying to avoid conflict. Now with the Five of Wands here in the upright with the Justice card, I'm honestly hearing that this could have to do with getting the law involved when it comes to a disagreement, or it comes to, when it comes to a disagreement, or when it comes to, I keep hearing the word discernment. I want to say it so bad, even though it's not the word that I want. I don't know. Using your discernment with this Justice card, bringing balance to a situation. And again, with the Justice card, because I was talking about balancing your feminine and masculine energy, the Justice card to me speaks about that as well, because if you look closely, you can see he is holding, it's Libra energy. You can see he's holding the scales here. So it is about, again, another message about bringing balance, okay? So it's like, if the legal issue message does not apply to you, then this is about, again, if you're wanting to get through hard times, if you're wanting to get through the discourse, if you're wanting to get through this period of conflict, okay, it's about balancing your masculine and your feminine energy. I feel like that has a lot to do with healing the relationship with your mother and father. Because again, bringing us back to the beginning, a time for healing. You and your loved ones are safe, your family. Cancer also rules the fourth house, which is about home and family. The fourth house of the zodiac wheel in astrology has to do with home and family, and that's the house that Cancer rules, okay? And number six, this number 6 sigil is about trauma. It's about repressed trauma. It's about childhood trauma. Okay, so there's a message here about healing your relationship with your parents. I'm also hearing grandparents for some people. They keep wanting to give me 2 cards. This is like if I just lay low, things will change on their own. But that's not the way things work. With the Wheel of Fortune, whenever you see the Wheel of Fortune, when you're on the bottom, okay, when you're feeling low in life and you're at the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune, you eventually are going to be back at the top. But in order for you to get back to the top, in order for the Wheel of Fortune to move, action has to be taken, okay? So movement has to be made. An object that's in motion tends to stay in motion, right? That's physics. So there has to be initiative taken, action taken. With this Hermit in the reverse, with this energy, I'm picturing this is like he's laying in his bed on his phone. Like this is like the light from his phone is illuminating. Like instead of dealing with problems, he blocks them out with social media or like YouTube or Candy Crush or something, you know? Like not wanting to face the outside world or all the problems, the Five of Wands conflict, you know? That's your past energy. Yeah, again. So Ace of Wands now with the 8 of Wands reversed. Both of these are reversed. This is about not taking action, not taking initiative. This is about 8 of Wands reversed. It's a loss of passion. A loss of passion for life, or a loss of passion for the things that you used to enjoy. This is a message here about somebody taking that passion away from you, or
You just got bogged down with life where you lost sight of the things that you used to love to do. There's a message here about getting in touch with your inner child, the things that you used to enjoy when you were little. What did you like to do? Did you like to read? Did you like to write? What are the things that you like to draw, paint? What's the Fool card? Wow. Seven of Cups. We have a lot of cards repeating here. And with all these cards repeating here, with all these major arcana cards, this is an important message for somebody out there. The spirit is screaming, trying to get through to somebody. That you don't have to be afraid, for one. You don't have to be afraid, for one. And for two, you are abundant, okay? You have options. You're good at a lot of things. You might not realize this. You might be shaking your head like, no, I'm not. But you are. You're good at a lot of things, okay? You have a lot of options. A lot of people look at you and are like, wow. You think I'm lying. I'm not. It's right. The cards don't lie. You can, what this is telling me, the Fool with the Seven of Cups, this is like the most beautiful energy I've ever seen in my life, because I feel like what it's telling you is that you can do absolutely anything that you want. Anything that you want to go after, you're going to be successful at it. Anything that you want to go after, you're going to be successful at it. If you're watching this, whatever this passion is that you lost, find it again, because you're good at it. You can do it and you're good at it. I'm telling you right now. You can go, look at the Fool. He's not afraid to take a risk. He's not afraid to take a leap of faith. There's sevens all over this. Card. Pray. Pray. It doesn't matter what you believe in, you can pray. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in like God, like, you know, God from the Bible, or if you don't believe in the Bible, Jesus, things like that. Even if you don't resonate with the word angel, it doesn't matter what you believe in or what you resonate with, you can still pray. Because your ancestors are watching you. With the angels, the people who have passed on from this life, people that you knew or people that you also did not know in this life that have now crossed to the other side, they watch you. And you can talk to them and they will ease your mind. When you're in this anxiety, okay, when you're in this hermit energy, pray. When you're scared to move forward, pray. There's a need for communion with the source here. However you identify with that, whether it's just the energy or whether it's whatever figure you use to make sense of it in your mind. Whatever brand of spirituality you subscribe to, get in touch with that. Get closer to it. So with this person in your immediate environment that you feel like you have to walk on eggshells around, they've hurt you. Maybe you've forgiven them, but they've hurt you in the past, definitely. There's tears here. There's a hopelessness here. There's a wanting to walk away. And I don't know the situation. I don't know whoever's watching this, but if somebody is physically hurting you, then yes, you need to get out of that. I don't know if that's the case for everyone, but
It was the same card twice, basically. Yeah, I mean, there's a hesitancy or a fear here surrounding moving forward and surrounding speaking your truth. Like, I want to say something, but like it makes my stomach starts to hurt. Like when I'm about to say it, like something holds me back. I'm getting that for somebody. I'm kind of for some reason just getting like stomach issues in general. Like I feel like when you deal with a lot of anxiety, when you deal with a lot of mental anxiety, it can translate to your physical, excuse me, not it can translate, it does translate to your physical body. Okay, so if you have a lot of like upset stomach issues, could be related to your anxiety, definitely. Um, it's just a sad reading. It's just a sad reading here because somebody watching this is being repressed, being repressed. And it's like, if it's not a person repressing you, it's your own lack of confidence in yourself and your abilities repressing you. And I don't like that. What's the Queen of Cups? Okay, so like I said, this is just confirmation because like how I said, this Queen of Cups was like somebody's like either a manipulative mom or somebody's like emotionally unstable mom. It's just a confirmation with this Ten of Cups because this is another card about family. Okay, so whether it's, if you're a woman watching this and you're like a fragile, emotionally unstable person, you come from a line of women who were also fragile, who were emotionally unstable, maybe even mentally unstable. Okay, because going back to the beginning, we're talking about breaking generational curses here. And again with sigils, there's sigils that have to do, this is not a sigil that you would use to inscribe on things to break generational curses, but there is a sigil about that. You can look into ways of breaking generational curses. Okay, it starts first and foremost with acknowledging them. Okay, acknowledging your ancestors. When you reach back in your ancestral line, your ancestors reach forward and everybody in between falls in line. Okay, so it begins with acknowledging it and paying tribute and homage to your ancestors is the first thing it starts with, but it goes deeper than that, and it's a lifelong journey. Okay, but that's what this is about. It's about breaking that ancestral generational curses and trauma. What is that quote? It ran in your family until it ran into you. The universe says you have been anointed to break generational curses. What's the Queen of Coins? It's telling you that if what it takes for you to get peace of mind means to walk away from everything, you don't need to be scared to do it. There's a million cards here. What's this Queen of Coins? It's going to be something different for everybody. 7, 7, 7, 7. 7 of Swords is coming up here again. A lot of sevens. Whoever's watching this, you're very spiritual. I can tell you that. You're very spiritual. You probably have a lot of spiritual gifts that you may or may not know about. That you if you don't know about them, you're 1,000% being encouraged to tap into them for sure. Give me another card for the 7 of Swords.
So I want to honestly even say that I'm going to preface this by saying that this is not going to be for everyone. Please, please filter this message through your own intuition. Okay. But this person who is providing stability for you, all right, and because look, it could be somebody you're coupled up with, because this is a couple here, because we have the king of coins in the bottom of the deck, and then we have the queen of coins reversed as the advice. Okay, so the advice could be for this to go like this. Okay, it could be advice for this to break up. That could be the advice here. Please filter this through your own intuition. I'm not telling anyone to leave their partner if you don't feel like that's for you. You know if it's for you or not. Okay, but that could be the advice here, is to walk away, because coming up with that queen of coins card, we have the page of wands in reverse. Okay, which is, this is somebody who's immature, somebody who plays games. With the seven of swords here, it's somebody who lies. I'm sorry, but this is somebody who lies. This is somebody who is deceitful, somebody who is, that you can't trust, or is distrustful of you. I'm getting that this is somebody who could be distrustful of you. Maybe you're not even doing anything. Okay, if you're somebody who you never do anything, but your partner's constantly accusing you, let me just tell you that the people who are always the accusers are usually the person who's actually guilty. Either they're projecting, or they're trying to get the attention off of themselves, or they're just they're projecting, okay, because they're sneaky and they're doing stuff. They're constantly accusing you because they think that you're like that too. That's what we all project, okay? Not just that person, we all project. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, if you're not doing anything and somebody's constantly accusing you of doing something, that person is probably doing that same thing that they're accusing you of. Let me just say that. And for some people watching this, that's what's going on here, okay? All right, let's get one more card. One more card here in the outcome, because there is clarity. There's clarity on the other side, okay? You're making your way towards no longer being confused, no longer being deceived. And, all right, with the Two of Cups reversed here in the outcome. So that's what this unfortunately is about, is some people watching this, and filter this through your own intuition. If it's not for you, just leave it for whoever it is for. But for some people, you're going to end up splitting up with your partner, and that's what needs to happen, because they're not good for you. For some people watching this, your partner's not good for you, and you're staying with them because of your kids, or because it makes you feel safe, or because you think you can't do it on your own. And this is for you. I'm going to leave you guys with one last oracle card. This is the Black Moon Astrology Oracle deck, because we had a lot come out here. Oh my God. Bits and pieces of this message could be for you, or this whole entire message could be for you. Use your discernment. Again, with that word, use your discernment, okay? And you have it. You're highly intuitive. My viewer watching this, you're highly intuitive. Number 45, part of fortune, and 4 and 5 is 9. 9 is about wish fulfillment. So make a wish and it's going to get granted. I'm going to read you guys the whole thing. This is going to close out the entire message, okay? In early mythology, Fortuna was the daughter of Jupiter, the god of good luck. She is the Roman goddess of destiny and bounty. Her name in Latin is Fere, and means she who brings forth. The part of fortune
is just one of the lots among several used in astrology. However, it is considered the most important one. Lots are also known as Arabic parts. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Western astrology picked up the Arabian and Persian practice of reading lots in a horoscope. Lots are based upon mathematical calculations, the distance between 2 points with the degree of the rising sign, which is the ascendant, added. The part of fortune is the same distance from the longitude of the ascendant as the moon lies from the sun. So if the sun and moon are conjunct, that is, almost perfectly aligned, then the part of fortune will fall on the ascendant. If on the other hand, the sun and moon are in opposition to each other, the part of fortune will fall on the descendant, cusp of the 7th house. So like I was talking about the 4th house earlier in this reading, as many 7s are coming up in this spread here, and the fact they're talking about the 7th house, I'm encouraging people to look at your 7th house too. If you're into astrology, if you have your natal birth chart, look at your 4th and 7th houses, because there's something there for you that you need to see. Go in your birth chart. If you have like whatever, you have like Mars or Uranus or in the 7th house, whatever, go on Google Uranus in the 7th house, read it. Mars in the 7th house, read it. And it's going to show you something that you need to know. Many look upon the part of fortune as moon energy, which means the talents and gift it endows upon an individual are both nascent and unconscious. Okay, back to what I was saying before. Some people watching this have spiritual gifts that they don't know about. Excuse me. It is as if its powers are waiting beneath the surface of water. And when that water is stirred by action or thought, those talents and gifts emerge. When the part of fortune card turns up in a reading, it means a time when things begin to flow more easily and you will have your success. But success and how it will come about and how long it will take will very much depend on the surrounding cards. And you may want to take advantage of this time of easy flow to resolve conflicts. It is a time to heal the toxic situation which has been so difficult to overcome. Since the part of fortune mostly means gifts, you may want to take on another area of study or master another art form. You are more creative and in tune with your imagination as well as your emotions. This card also means that benefits will suddenly be placed in your path. Since fortune is fate, it will very well seem as if you've just stumbled onto them. Disagreements are improbable, but if they happen, you will likely take the high road. Another area that looks extremely fortunate is anything to do with public relations or a promotion. This is a period of recognition and achievement. Your overall popularity is increasing. With the 7 of Cups, definitely. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Did I not say that people look at you? Some type of recognition is on its way. I said that. It is also a favorable time for learning, teaching, or taking exams. You may want to do good and honor others. Through this, you will gain respect and opportunity. You will heartily share what you have gained for yourself with others. Injustices of any kind will challenge and rouse you into action. If your question is in regards to romance or any other type of relationship, know that the situation is a fated one. It is meant for both of you to help fulfill each other's calling. This will not be a relationship you can move away from easily. Destiny is involved, so together you are called to achieve and master higher things that would be more difficult had you not met each other. In this, there will be challenges, even though the love will always remain. Your desire to fly is strong at the moment. Any shackles previously placed are being smashed, and you are experiencing a release. Moving ahead is what this card is all about. Madame Fortune smiles upon you. Okay. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. All right, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you're able to take something from this. Again, if every message in this was not for you, just leave the parts that were not and take what was, because this was a lot. It covered a lot. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. As always, bless you. Take care.